Alright, what's up guys? Today I've got a bit of a different video for you. It's going to be another technique video, and in this video you're going to learn how to induce a lucid dream in 9 seconds. So whatever you're currently doing, put it away, just pause it for a second. This won't take long. I'll try and keep it as brief as possible, and by the end you'll know how to induce a lucid dream using the finger-induced lucid dream technique, or the filed. Okay, so you may have seen my blog post on howtolucid.com about this. It's going to be slightly different. I'm going to explain, I'm going to actually use a little prop. I'm going to use my keyboard to show you something. So, the technique essentially involves using your focus on your fingers, and specifically the movement of your fingers, we'll get into that in a second, to guide yourself into a lucid dream. Okay? So, like most lucid dreaming techniques, this is going to be done during REM sleep. So, what you're going to need to do, firstly, is find a day when you don't really need to be up for anything in particular, maybe the weekend, for example. Set your alarm for 4 AM, 3 AM to 4 AM, okay? And at this time, this is when you're going to do the technique, okay? So just bear that in mind. So, the filed technique, the finger-induced lucid dreaming technique, what you're going to do is you're going to practice this before you actually try and go to sleep. So during the day, now for example, you're going to practice what I'm about to tell you, okay? So, put your hand on a flat surface, probably a desk or the floor or something like that, and move these two fingers, okay? You're going to move them up and down like this, as if you're playing a piano and you're sort of alternating between two notes, okay? So, go ahead and try that. And once you've got used to the motion, you know, you've got used to the feeling of that, you're going to do it again. Pretend this is like a desk or something, okay? So you're going to do it again. This is the first time you do it. When you've got used to that motion, you're going to do it even smaller motions like this, okay? And then you're going to imagine moving the fingers without actually moving them. So you're going to sort of just contract, I don't know if you can see that, just contract the muscle enough to move the finger, and then go one step lower than that. So you're literally just, it's almost like you're just thinking about moving your fingers, as opposed to actually moving them. Okay? And a really good way to try and practice this, I'm going to use my little prop keyboard here, is find two keys on the keyboard. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this clearly in here. Try and make it clear. Now, when you press down on a key, you notice that there's a certain... You can press the key without actually pressing it down and typing the letter. Okay, so this is a good way to practice the sort of pressure you're going to need. So just lightly press the key like this. Oh, I actually pressed it then, but just press it just enough to make the key dip down a little bit without pressing the key. And this will sort of get used to the amount of force that you actually need to use, which is hardly any. Okay, and the way this works is that you're going to be focusing your mind on the action of moving your fingers when you wake up in the morning, and try this. And that focus will guide you straight into a lucid dream, and it will happen really fast. Okay, it will happen within 5 to 20 seconds. Okay, so now that you've practiced that and you've got used to the motion, remember you're not actually moving your muscles that much at all, if at all. You're just sort of thinking about it and concentrating on alternating between two fingers. Okay, so practice doing that while laying down without moving any other muscles. So just these. You're not even moving the muscles really, but just focusing on those muscles particularly. Okay. Then you will have set your alarm. So you wake up at 4 AM. Okay, and you do exactly the same thing. So you lay there, don't move any muscles. If you move any muscles, it probably won't work, and you have to try again. And you just focus purely on the movement of your fingers. Okay, and what will happen if it works? Within about 5 seconds, you'll be in a dream, and so therefore you need to do a reality check. Okay, now this is an important step. Okay, this is where a lot of people sort of get mixed up and don't really get there with this technique. So once you've done the finger movement at 4 AM, okay, that sounds really dodgy, but yeah, once you've done that, okay, you're not going to count the seconds, but roughly when you feel it's been about 20 or 30 seconds, you're going to do a reality check. Okay. Now, if you do a reality check, and obviously you're in a dream, then you're lucid dreaming, and you can go ahead and do whatever you want. If you do the reality check and you're not dreaming, the technique hasn't worked, and this is important, you need to try again in an hour. You can't keep trying, okay? Because if you keep trying sort of non-stop after the first time didn't work, you're just going to become more and more awake and it won't work at all. And it'll be very frustrating. So there's no point wasting your time. Okay, so if it didn't work the first time, that's fine. You'll be tired anyway, hopefully, at 4 AM. So just set your alarm for an hour's time and try the exact same thing again in an hour. Okay? No, I think that it pretty much covers everything. I had to pause the video to try and think about what to tell you then. Yeah, so that's the technique, the finger-induced lucid dream. It's really good for beginners because this technique tends to have the same effects no matter how long you've been practicing it. So you could be doing this technique for a year and still have the same results. It would still work. Whereas some techniques tend to be hard at the beginning and then they get slowly easier. Some are the other way around. Their effects sort of taper off the more you use them. So this is a really good technique for an all-round lucid dreaming experience. Okay. Good luck with that. I hope you get it to work for you. It worked for me almost first time. I had to try, I think, on the second time it worked, and then sort of since then, whenever I want, it just sort of works. It's a really good technique. So yeah, go ahead and check out the blog post. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and you can get access to more. And yeah, go ahead and send a question into contact@howtolucid.com if you'd like me to answer it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.